Remember back in the early 80s, a miniseries called V, short for Visitors? I remember this miniseries and its sequel, V the Final Battle, that came out the following year. It was must-see TV at the time. It came at a perfect time when Star Wars was wrapping up and fans were looking for a new IP to cling to. Unfortunately, it didn't last long, but for a short period of time, it took America by storm. Now, this was your typical circle the wagons Earth invasion story. However, this one was a bit more thought out, with really good characters and a great storyline. Some would say that this movie inspired Independence Day some years later. This show was just plain awesome. It was about a race of aliens that arrive on Earth in a fleet of 50 huge saucer-shaped crafts, which hover over all the major cities across the world. They reveal themselves as the Visitors. They reach out in friendship, seeking the help of humans to obtain chemicals and minerals needed to aid their ailing world. In return, the Visitors promise to share their advanced technology with humanity. The governments of Earth accept the arrangement, and the Visitors, commanded by their leader John and his deputy Diana, begin to gain considerable influence with human authorities. Strange events begin to occur, and scientists become objects of increasing media hostility. Others, particularly those keen on examining the Visitors more closely, begin to disappear. Television journalist cameraman Mike Donovan, who later becomes one of the leaders of the Resistance, covertly boards one of the Visitors' motherships and discovers that beneath their human-like facade, they wear thin, synthetic humanoid skin with contact lenses that they wear in public to fool the humans. The aliens are actually carnivore reptilian humanoids. They prefer to eat live food such as rodents and birds. Donovan records some of the findings on videotape and escapes from the mothership with the evidence, but just as he's about to expose the Visitors on a television expose, the Visitors take control of all the media. The scientists around the world started to get prosecuted and discredited as part of the human population that would most likely discover their secrets, and to distract the rest of the population with a scapegoat to whom they could attribute their fears. Key human individuals are subjected to Diana's special mind control process called conversion. Some humans willingly collaborate with the Visitors, seduced by their power. A resistance movement is formed, determined to expose and fight the Visitors. The true purpose of the Visitors' arrival on Earth was to conquer and subdue the planet, steal all the Earth's water, and harvest the human race's food, leaving only a few as slaves. This miniseries ends with the Visitors now virtually controlling Earth, and the Resistance sending transmissions into space to ask other alien races to help defeat the Visitors. This was a great miniseries. I could not wait the next year for the sequel to come out. And although it was really good, but it didn't live up to the first series. However, it was brilliant, and it still had a very satisfying ending. Later, the next year, a TV series followed the two miniseries, but it didn't quite live up to the standards of the two miniseries that preceded it, and it's a shame because it had so much potential. And we're not even going to talk about the 2009 reboot because it was just plain awful. Some say this show was inspired by an episode of The Twilight Zone called To Serve Man, and it does have a lot of similarities. By the way, check out my Twilight Zone video. I don't care, all I know is that this thing was just plain epic for its time. It also introduced us to Robert Englund, who would later be known for playing Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this retro blast from the past. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like this video. You can also follow me over on Rumble and on X. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.